student, I dreamt about designing enterprise products. As a first-time enterprise designer, I hated it. At my previous job, I pushed for a design change that was a must to improve the overall look and user experience of the enterprise product. Everyone loved the idea, but guess what? The needle never moved. Developers worried about modifying complex legacy systems. Product managers worried about the cost. And senior management wanted more evidence. From the pace of it, it looked like it could take several months before any change could be brought about. I was frustrated. Why do we need so many devils to weigh in on the obvious? Why can't enterprise products be sexy? Will it be any different with consumer products? I wanted to find out. The next morning, I woke up with a slogan, "Designing for Enterprise Sucks." I decided to walk away from my high-paying job and stop designing for enterprise products. I wanted to find out if consumer products were any simpler. I wanted to find out if consumer products went quickly from idea to execution. While I was taking a break to figure all this out, I was also helping my friend plan her wedding. My only task was to find her a perfect wedding invitation. That was easy. I can do that. I sat in front of the computer and started browsing for websites that sold wedding invitations to the Indian audience. Even after Googling for hours, I couldn't find one website that did that. The busy Instagram bride was forced to live in the 80s. She had to walk to a brick and mortar store to pick a wedding invitation. That didn't sound right, at least not in today's world. I had a light bulb moment. Why just keep complaining when I can find a solution to it? In fact, it was perfect. I knew the market really well. It needed technology, and it was lightweight to begin with. Yes, the startup bug caught up to me. I decided to be my own boss. I decided to build a website to customize and buy invitations online. That's it. The next morning, I woke up and went straight to Starbucks. I spent the next 6 to 8 hours designing the pixel-perfect website. I had a developer friend of mine who also built it for me. Guess what was different this time? I didn't have to fill out boring process documents. I didn't have to sit through boring meetings talking the same thing over and over again. And I didn't have to talk about the business value of my design and convince someone. I was thrilled. I was thrilled to change the lives of millions of Indian brides. I waited for all my hard work to pay off. My website went live. I waited for my first real user. At this point, I was almost convinced that consumer products was much easier to build and manage. Until just 2 months went by, I still didn't have my first user. I was shattered. Something had gone terribly wrong. After this fiasco, I sat down with my users to usability test my website. That's when I realized that they got overwhelmed with the tons of features that I had on my website. There were little actions that resulted in frustration. Overall, the website was just not at all what my target users wanted. Oh, I miss those angels around me now. Senior management who would have urged me to test the design multiple times before shipping it. Product managers who would have thought about overwhelming the users. And my dear developer who would have said no to every little thing that I asked for. I enjoyed, struggled, failed, and pivoted to make my business idea work. During this journey, I figured out that designing for enterprise products was not any inferior to designing for consumer products. After 2 years of experience designing for consumer products, I am now back to designing for enterprises, and I love it. And I am back with a goal this time. My goal is to make enterprise products sexy as hell. You might ask, is there even room to make enterprise products sexy? After spending time on both sides and coming a full circle with this, I can say darn yes. It is in the hands of designers like us to make that happen. Finally, the road to making enterprise products sexy is going to be a long journey. But remember, the first step is understanding what sexy means to your user. Thank you.